You may find this video controversial. It could even piss some people off. It will definitely make you question the reality of my state of mind. But because I am comfortable being uncomfortable, I'm going to speak my truth at the risk of being called crazy, fraud, a liar, a manipulator, because what I'm about to share with you could potentially also risk my safety. It's definitely going to make you think and hopefully take a step back and question your own perspective about your life, maybe your family, even your livelihood. And for some of you who've known me and followed my journey, you're going to perhaps cry tears of joy and be elated with sincere happiness. For others out there, you may just shrug it off and continue to chase the life that you hope for. But regardless of your mindset, I'm coming to you with an open and vulnerable heart that's full of gratitude. And I'm delighted to share with you my life-changing announcement. And I am personally beyond words to announce that I have successfully cured systemic scleroderma from my body. It feels surreal. I'm still in awe with this news, still very shocked. I definitely feel like I am the luckiest person in the world to be free of this awful, life-draining disease. And if you're asking, how do I know this? Well, I know this because of my blood work and my frequency assessments, results that were validated by Baylor Hospital, UT Southwestern, Quest Diagnostics, Vibrant America Labs. And if you're thinking, so what? Well, for those of you who are not familiar, just go Google scleroderma. Scleroderma is a terminal disease with no cure. The disease itself, it hardens tissue of the body. In some people, it affects the exterior, especially on the skin. And you can actually see the skin hardening, and they experience extreme suffering, and the skin even draws back, and the person becomes deformed. But then there's others like me that you can't see the physical deformity. In our case, the disease hardens the internal organs, organs that help our hearts beat, our lungs breathe, our digestive tracts actually work. When I was given the terminal diagnosis in May of 2019 of systemic scleroderma, which is also called systemic sclerosis, it had hardened my heart, which is by now I have a dual chamber pacemaker and defibrillator that keeps it beating. The disease affected my lungs, and I've been on and off oxygen machines. And it's also hardened my digestive tract, which is a not so fun daily routine that flushes out my system. And blood work every 3 months just to make certain my digestive system and my body is still absorbing nutrients. Yes, I look good physically, which is why it took the doctors way too long to diagnose me. And the hard fact, it was a 4-year battle to prove to the medical society that my body was actually fatigued and failing me. Scleroderma, sclerosis, shares very similar symptoms as multiple sclerosis, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, fibroid cancers, kidney stones, gallstones, really anything that's hardening inside your body. So if I found the cure for scleroderma in myself, would that mean the same potential, possibly, probably, for multiple sclerosis or lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or even cancer? I'm going to step out on a limb and say yes, I am excitedly confident. I have currently been traveling the globe testing this theory, and it's proven extremely successful. Now, if you suffer from any kind of chronic or autoimmune disease, then I know you definitely can relate to this journey. The journey of trying to be seen, heard, validated, and then finally reaching a diagnosis with no help. Scleroderma at this time is considered rare and affects well over 300,000 Americans. But I can tell you from experience of chasing the diagnosis for the disease, the number of affected Americans is far, far higher. Doctors simply do not test for it. Why not? Scleroderma is not a moneymaker. Since there's no cure to chase, there's no real focus. There's no chasing chemos and stem cells and other fun curing treatments. It's simply an aggressive process of treating the symptoms as the body is hardening and suffocating until death. For me and others who suffer from systemic, where the organs are hardening, it's like an unseen disease that is stealing every part of our lives. Most struggle to get out of bed daily with severe pain. not to mention the emotional stress and the isolation that leads to mindset even deteriorating. I have spent the last 3 years navigating and creating around this terminal disease with no cure. And no, I don't have millions of dollars of research to fund how I uncovered the cure in my own body. And no, I'm not a doctor. I am, however, a person who became my own best health and wellness advocate, and my choices were very limited. I could either evolve and create around the disease or treat symptoms and await death. And for those that know me well, being passive isn't familiar territory for me. And because there was a year-long waiting list just to see a doctor who specialized in scleroderma, and there's really no cure, I guess the doctors expected me to suffocate to death within 6 months. Now, I've personally spent over $250,000 learning healing breath work. I became a self-nutrition expert, which means I knew what to eat to fuel my body and heal it, and what to eat to piss it off and make the disease mad. I learned stress management tools. I spent countless hours on mindset and how to extend my own life, which included changing my environment and moving to Cabo. Hey, if you only have 6 months to live, why not, right? I woke up every day to live my best life. And yes, I was able to slow down the progression of the disease, but it kept hardening more organs inside my body. My thyroid gland, my whole female reproductive area became a huge tumor. And as of late February of 2022, the hardening began of my gallbladder, which left me unconscious and unaware of who I was and even where I was. I had blood clots and brain vessel spasms. And if you've been following my journey over the past 3 years, then you know that I have experienced some very life-threatening moments. Each birthday, each Thanksgiving, each Christmas, saying goodbye to my friends, feeling as if it could be my last. And last year was my absolute toughest. It was really soul-crushing physically and hardening and just overwhelmed with grief. I had fatigue of the mind, body, and the soul. These 3 years have not been easy, but if you have ever met someone with scleroderma or been on a scleroderma Facebook group, then you can truly see and feel the intense suffering many experience from the diagnosis unto death. You can't help but be overcome with compassion. It's for those people, those who are suffering, those who are chasing a diagnosis, a disease, a symptom, screaming at doctors to be seen, to be heard. I'm speaking my truth tonight, and I'm taking this risk on behalf of the many who've gone before me and way too soon. I'm doing this for you. I want to change any suffering you may be experiencing and even prevent suffering in the first place. What if a child 9 years old keeps getting hernias, surgery after surgery, doctors can't explain why? But in working with him and his parents, I test him for scleroderma, positive. And we work together to successfully eliminate it from his body. Wouldn't you want to know more? Now, I'm not talking remission. I mean remove the bacteria and the root causes completely from his body. Or a little girl, 4 years old, who's yet to experience any symptoms, to have the opportunity to never experience a symptom of scleroderma or get a fibroid or even need a biopsy. I want to help those with symptoms and prevent others from ever having the hardening of by removing the root cause to the disease. Big claim, right? Since March of this year, by using a science-backed modern medical device, I developed a protocol to actually trace the root cause of symptoms and diseases and successfully eliminate the bacteria, viruses, parasites, worms, fungus, mold that feed off your inflammation, then become your disease without causing any harm to your body. Just imagine a lady in her 70s coming to Cabo in a wheelchair, paralyzed on the left side. Doctor said it was from her strokes. However, the device diagnosed Bell's palsy, and the customized protocol we created, we eliminated all those pesky viruses and bacteria and parasites that were feeding the Bell's palsy in 5 days. She was symptom-free, walking even without a cane. She was swimming in the pool and walking the beach here in Cabo. And as of today, November of 2022, she remains non-paralyzed and in good health. Hi, Patricia. Welcome to the future of medicine and of healing. and of removing any root causes instead of waiting until you get a disease or even a diagnosis. I am on a personal mission to take this protocol and help heal, cure, call it whatever you want, as many people as I can. I've set up certified teams with the device in Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, California, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and obviously here in Cabo. And I am personally willing to travel anywhere in the world as long as your environment is healthy for me. Because yes, I cured scleroderma from my body, which means it's no longer going to harden any other organs. But now I'm on a mission to see if I can reverse the damage that's already been done to my organs. In the meantime, I'm here to answer your questions, provide you testimonials, blood results, frequency results. But what I'm not here to do is convince you or chase you for anything. I am not here to fight with doctors who've not quite evolved or even understand frequency. And I'm not here to fight Big Pharma. But since March, I have successfully tested, treated, and created this protocol with over 70 people. If this speaks to you, if this resonates with you, then it's time for you to step outside what the medical doctors say can't be done, just like I did. And let's set up a health and wellness discovery call. I'm happy to talk to you. It's as easy as sending me a private message on Facebook. I've also eliminated scleroderma from 7 other people, even before myself. I just thought my symptoms, the disease was too far advanced, that the damage had been done. But when I finally saw it removed from the frequency on the device, I immediately flew back to the United States to do a blood test for a negative confirmation, because not everyone is ready or even understands frequency and energy healing just yet, which is ironic because it's actually more accurate than a blood test. Curing scleroderma from my own body, I was elated, overwhelmed with tears. Like, I actually get to plan life beyond the next 6 months. But with this major discovery and win, it came with the weight of the world on my shoulders. Not because I find this weight a burden. It's my calling and it's evolving my purpose to help others all over the globe who are looking for the alternative to traditional ways to heal. How can I help? To how can I relieve people from all the suffering? To how can I prevent others from ever knowing a symptom or even a terrible autoimmune disease? Or even not have to be a cancer warrior or a scleroderma warrior. Look, I understand the risk of my claim and the weight which it carries. I have shed a lot of happy tears and a lot of tears of, damn, what am I going to do with the structure that I've created and the ability to bring new age technology to heal mainstream homes? This is giving the power back to you, not hospitals or pharmaceutical companies that need you to be sick. If you can take anything away from today, go immediately to a functional wellness doctor and ask for an autoimmune test, the one that actually tells you which disease it is. Don't wait for it to wreak havoc inside your body and then become a symptom and then eventually a disease. And if you are a little skeptical, it's okay. It's normal. I was skeptical too. It took my own journey in treating 70 other people to unlock this vision. So if you just want to learn more, click on the link that takes you to the next video. You can learn more and see about the amazing sophisticated software that helps self-diagnose, self-correct your body in real time, plus understand more about the structure, the protocol that we've created to give your mind, your body, and your soul the ultimate environment to heal, to cure, to eliminate all those root causes living inside of you. I always said, God doesn't give anyone a journey they're unwilling to walk. I guess God knew that I would be determined enough to fight for my own existence, to create a structure beyond a terminal diagnosis with no cure, and then go master a device that was never meant for public home use. Please let my story awaken you to becoming your own best advocate. And if I can humbly ask you, share this video on your wall or with as many people as you can. Provide me a platform. Give me a stage or an audience. Do what you can now. You may end suffering or even save a life. And from the perspective of where I'm sitting right now, I can't express there is no better feeling. And again, the link below the video provides more information and lots of testimonials. Much love and happy healing from Cabo. Good night.